On the scorching land of Rajasthan, there was a small village named Sarola, surrounded by thorny babool trees, muddy lanes, and thatched huts. In this village lived Gauri, a woman around 35 or 36 years of age. Her life had never been easy, but 5 years ago, her entire world had shattered. Gauri's husband, Harishankar, was an honest farmer, simple, hard-working, and deeply in love with Gauri. They had been married for 10 years, but were never blessed with a child. Gauri suffered silently from the constant comments of society, but Harishankar always stood by her. "Gauri, you are my entire world. Child or no child, we are each other's support." But fate had something else in store. One day, while traveling to the city, Harishankar's jeep overturned in an accident, and he passed away on the spot. Gauri became a widow. After her husband's death, Gauri's life was filled with nothing but silence. The sympathetic stares of the villagers, taunts from relatives, and the harsh walls of societal judgment, all were breaking her apart. What will she do now? She doesn't even have a child. Who will she live for? She'll go back and forth between her father's and brother's houses. That's the fate of widows. Gauri had no one to lean on. Her parents were old, and her brothers were more worried about their own families than her grief. Out of necessity, she began working on her husband's old farmland, the same land where they once sowed wheat together. It was the monsoon season. Dark clouds loomed in the sky, and light drizzle was falling. In one corner of the field stood a large peepal tree, ancient, shady, and silent. Gauri sat beneath it, holding a dry roti and onion. Suddenly, a loud shriek came from above, followed by a crash. A big branch had broken, and a tiny baby monkey had fallen to the ground. Its body trembled, one leg was injured, and it was crying, calling for its mother. Gauri was startled. She rushed over and gently picked the monkey up in her lap. In the baby monkey's eyes, she saw fear, but also innocence. In those eyes, Gauri saw a reflection of her own life alone, helpless, frightened. Without thinking, she wrapped the monkey in her scarf and took him home. She named him Nilu. Why Nilu? Even she didn't know. Perhaps the name gave her a sense of belonging. As soon as the villagers heard that Gauri was raising a monkey, the mockery began. Now this is what she's come to. No child of her own, so she's raising an animal. She's gone mad. Gauri remained silent. She fed Nilu milk, bathed him with warm water in a small bowl, dressed him in clothes, and every night made him sleep in her lap. Gradually, Nilu too began to see her as his mother. When she went to the fields, he'd sit on her shoulder. When she fell ill, Nilu would stay by her side. Gauri's life began to shine once again. Time passed. In 2 years, Nilu had grown but remained just as lovable and intelligent. He now helped draw water from the well, collected firewood with Gauri, and protected her if anyone came near. One day, Gauri decided to take Nilu to the village fair. People laughed along the way, but Gauri didn't care. At the fair, Nilu entertained the children. He did somersaults, stole bananas and ran off, and even caught a child who almost fell. The crowd burst into applause. For the first time, people looked at Gauri with respect. But every village has one person who can't bear someone else's happiness. That person was Sarpanch Bolaram. He couldn't tolerate it and said, "Gauri is tarnishing the dignity of the village. She's treating an animal like a child. Today it's calm, but what if tomorrow this monkey attacks someone?" He called for a village panchayat and summoned Gauri. In front of everyone, he declared, she must immediately give up the monkey. Gauri stood, Nilu by her side. In a soft voice, she said, "When I was all alone, no one asked whether I was alive or dead. Nilu taught me to live again. If I leave him, I will die once more." Some elderly women of the village spoke in her support. One old lady said, "A mother is a mother, whether of a human or an animal." Eventually, the panchayat had to give in. A decision was made. As long as Nilu caused no harm to anyone in the village, he could stay with Gauri. One night, a fierce storm blew. Lightning flashed, and Nilu was outside. Suddenly, a hunter entered the village. He had heard of a woman with a pet monkey. He came to capture Nilu. As he threw his net, Nilu screamed. Gauri rushed outside. She picked up a stick and fought the hunter. Her hands and feet bled, but she saved Nilu. The villagers came running and caught the hunter. Gauri was injured, but in her arms, Nilu was safe, quiet and frightened. After that day, the mindset of the village changed. Children began calling him Nilu Bhaiya. Women lovingly called him Nilu Beta. Gauri was now called Nilu's mother. Earlier, her name was taken with pity, now with honor. Gauri had never thought about remarriage. But with Nilu, she had experienced every shade of life, sometimes crying, sometimes laughing, sometimes scared, sometimes brave. Time passed. Nilu turned 5. He was calmer, more responsible, more mature. Whenever Gauri had a fever, he placed a cold cloth on her forehead. One day, Gauri fell very ill. Her breathing slowed, eyes closed. Nilu sat by her side, neither eating nor playing. Village women came, but Nilu refused to leave his mother's lap. Gauri opened her eyes and looked at Nilu. "My son." A few days later, Gauri recovered. The doctor said, "Your son stayed by your side day and night. That's why you survived." Gauri smiled. To be a mother, you don't need a womb. Love and devotion are the true birth. A mother is one who gives life, even without giving birth, just like Gauri gave Nilu. If this story of true motherhood touched your heart, please give it a heartfelt like, comment and tell us what you think about Gauri and Nilu's bond, and share this message of love with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe for more such emotional stories. Thank you.